What's up, guys? This is Tristan, and I wanted to kind of switch it up today, talking about friends and uh, the loss of friends within starting a business. And it can be tough, it can be hard, but it's kind of the sacrifice that you take when starting a business. This is something that people don't really talk about often, so I really wanted to talk about my personal experience and how I've dealt with it. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, I'm posting weekly, multiple times a week. We're trying to, propel your business as much as possible. I'm giving out free game, and helps you out, helps me out. We can rock and roll. But friends, just going into the friendship thing, you're gonna lose a lot of friends on this path of business. If you start a pressure washing business, gutter cleaning business, whatever type of business you start, right? You're gonna be losing a lot of friends. And what I mean by this is that statistically, the majority of your friends are going to probably be at a 9 to 5 for the rest of their lives. And the way to the top is probably not through the 9 to 5. And the chances of your close friends, your 5 to 6 close friends being at the top is just statistically, it doesn't match, right? It just doesn't match. So in order to propel yourself to the top, and I'm on my way there. So I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm not at the top yet, but I am documenting my journey. So going to the top, and in order to go to the top, and as I've gone to higher levels thus far, this is what I've noticed. And within friendships, I envision them as seasonal. So you have either 3 to 5 years, or even a decade worth, or even a lifetime worth, but as of to right now. But paths do change. If the paths don't match, it's hard to converse with these people effectively. And I envision relationships as transactional. So if you are giving value and you're giving a tremendous amount of value and they're not giving you any value, it's time to leave and cut it off. And what I've seen within at least the realm of 9 to 5 and business, it's hard to intertwine these conversations, and it ends up just talking about the past and, oh, do you remember when you did this stupid thing, or do you remember when you're this, and it basically kind of regurgitates this image of what you don't want to be anymore, right? It's all about this continuous growth, the model of Kaizen, and when you're having these old friends that are basically just like regurgitating this back to you, it can warp the self-image in a sense. And these conversations are manipulating your mindset, your mind, your image, which can be destructive. So if you find yourself in a commonality of these conversations, it's hard to sustain these relationships for an elongated time. And if you do, it's going to be hard to propel yourself forward. As I said, these value exchanges, you either have these bad values or you have these good value exchanges. And if primarily it's these bad value exchanges, I'm not saying these guys or these girls are not having good exchanges, but primarily if these are the bad exchanges, you need to recognize these certain conversations. And at some point, you've got to be like, you know what? I've got to cut this off. And this is just me. Maybe it may be sensed from a hyperbolic situation, but I just envision it as a very transactional thing and a very logical thing, because I know how conversations with these individuals can basically warp and conform your mindset. And I see as in red flags, if we want to talk about red flags, that you need to recognize in these conversations, are they giving me value? Are they making me better? If in any sense they're making me better, keep them around. And it doesn't have to be financially or business related, but if they're actually making me a better person, I'm actually enjoying their presence, or if I'm enjoying the conversations that we're having, and it's not just about like finance and everything like that, but if they're making me a better whatever man, or they're making me a better person, I envision that as value. So, but if the conversation is just talking about the past, it's going to be hard. And talking about people in the past, talking about your experiences in the past, or let's just go and get fantasy football and drink beers. And to at least what I've noticed from the people on the top, and maybe I'm speaking from a hypothetically, but from the people from the top, they don't talk about the past much, and they don't talk about their previous and past people, and they talk about more of ideas and the places that they want to go, and how in the process that we can go about that. And these conversations with these older friends, if they're reluctant to have these certain situations and certain value adds, I just kind of fizzle it off. They're like, oh, you've changed. Well, you haven't, right? So I think, you have the sense of gratitude for the season of these people, these 3 to 5 years. Thank you. I think when you look back at the past and you're like, what if I didn't do this, that? A life with regret is not a life worth living. So I think you have to have that, and it basically propels you to the next level. And then you put yourself at the bottom pole of something, and then you keep climbing this way out, and then you get to the top, and then you reload and you recycle, and you keep doing this all the way to the top. Because rare people are rare, and you got to go and find them. And where do they congregate? Where do they do it? You have a unique situation where you're living in a time where you can basically find anyone online. So make an effort, build them value, because if you're just asking them, oh, what could I do? What could I do? What could I do? Then they're probably not going to be sustaining that relationship long. Like these people, they want value as well. So if you're just, hey, I'll shadow you, I'll do whatever. But if you're not giving any value, it doesn't matter. So transactionally wise, you've got to be giving value in each conversation. And if you're not, it's just time to kind of cut it off. I'm not saying you can't, I wish these people well. I do. I truly do. But from a business perspective, it's got to be one of the hardest things to do, is to actually you have these lifelong friends, and they want you to go everywhere with them, and they want you to stay with them. But like I said, statistically, it just doesn't make sense for everyone to get to the top. And in order to get to the top, you've got to surround yourself with rarer people and then beat those rare people. These close friends, you don't have to have a lot of them. I think, literally 2 good friends is a good life. 2 really, really close friends is a good life. And, I think friends is a tough topic to talk about within business, because it's a sacrifice. But a man does what he's supposed to do, not what he feels like doing. And in order to get to the top, it's going to be hard to carry everyone. They have to do it themselves. So I wanted to put this out there because I've had instances with this, and hopefully someone's kind of feeling like this the same way. So like I said, if you got anything out of this, any type of value, smash the like button. If you got any comments for me, let me know. I love every single one of y'all. Keep pounding, keep doing it. You've got this. Peace.